If you are planning your first trip to Greece, Thessaloniki is the perfect place to start. It is widely known as the more affordable alternative to Athens, giving travelers much better value for their money. From hotels to transport, you can expect to spend about 15 to 20% less here than you would in the capital. But the real draw is the food. Locals claim Thessaloniki is the culinary capital of Greece, and I definitely believe them. The food is incredible and so budget-friendly that my only regret is not having enough time to try everything on the menu. First things first, getting from the airport to the city. You've got two main options, bus or taxi. The 01X is a daytime express bus and it switches to the 01N after dark. Tickets are only €2 and you can grab them at the kiosk or the machines. If you're excited to check out the brand new Thessaloniki metro, you can take the 02X bus to near Helvetia station and hop on there. It is a great choice if your accommodation is near a metro station. For a quicker ride, a taxi will run you 25 to €30 during the day, jumping to about 40 at night. You can also book a private transfer for roughly the same price. One tip: don't bother with a rental car if you are staying central. Parking is a headache and Thessaloniki is a city best explored on foot. The city center doesn't really have a ton of landmarks. If you are feeling active, you can actually see most of them on foot in just 2 days. But don't worry, there are some incredible spots nearby that are absolute must-sees. I'll cover those later in this video. Let's start with the city itself. Most of what you will see are historic churches, towers and ruins from the Roman Empire. I would recommend splitting your time into 2 parts. Day 1 for the coastal landmarks and the waterfront, and Day 2 for exploring the upper city. Start your first day at the Holy Church of Saint Demetrius, the spiritual heart of the city. The scale inside is massive. It's filled with stunning gold mosaics and ancient marble pillars. Even from the main floor, you can feel the weight of nearly 2,000 years of history. Just a short walk away is the Roman Forum. It sits right in the middle of the modern city, creating a striking contrast between the ancient world and the present day. This was the city's ancient marketplace. You can see the remains of the theatre and the stone columns that show how Thessaloniki was literally built on top of the Roman Empire. From there, head toward the Church of Panagia Chalkeon. It was closed for restoration during my visit, but even from the outside, it's worth the stop. It is a classic Byzantine church with beautiful red brickwork that is located right in the middle of a busy district. Now walk down toward the water to reach Aristotle Square. This is the city's grand meeting point, and it's designed to open up completely to the sea. Take a moment here to just enjoy the view. On a clear day you can see Mount Olympus rising out of the water in the distance. Honestly, it's one of the most incredible views I've ever seen. Once you've soaked that in, continue along the promenade to the White Tower, the ultimate symbol of Thessaloniki. It was originally built by the Ottomans as a fortification and later used as a notorious prison. Climbing to the top gives you the best panoramic views of the entire bay. If you still got some energy, keep walking to see the umbrellas by Zangalopoulos. This is one of the most photographed modern art installations in Greece. The steel umbrellas look like they are floating against the sky, especially beautiful as the light starts to change. To wrap up the day, head back inland toward the Arch of Galerius, locally known as Camara. This massive Roman arch is covered in intricate stone carvings, celebrating ancient victories. Right next to the arch you'll find the Holy Church of Panagia Dexia. While the arch outside is all weathered stone, the inside of the church is a completely different world. The interior filled with rich, colorful frescoes and traditional Byzantine-style icons. It is a perfect place to quiet down and admire the detailed craftsmanship that goes into Greek Orthodox sanctuaries. Your final stop is the Rotonda, located just up the street. This is one of the oldest and most imposing buildings in the city. It served as a temple, a church and a mosque over the centuries. You will need a ticket to go inside, which costs €10, but they do accept cards. On your second day, I strongly recommend exploring the upper part of the city on foot. This area is called Ano Poli, and it's one of the few neighborhoods that survived the Great Fire of 1917. Because of that, the streets here are narrow and winding, giving you a real look into what the whole city looked like a century ago. As you start to climb, you'll notice the atmosphere shifting. The busy urban noise fades away, replaced by a much calmer traditional side of Thessaloniki. Just a fair warning, be prepared to walk uphill, but I promise the views along the way are worth every step. Your first major destination is the Trigonion Tower. This is widely considered the best spot to witness the massive scale of the city. From here, you can see the entire gulf and the layers of history laid out beneath you. If you want to head inside, you'll need to buy a ticket right there for €6. Keep in mind, they only accept cash, so make sure you have some on you before you start the climb. Right ahead is the Fortress of Seven Towers. This is a massive, imposing fortress that sits at the highest point of the city walls. It served as a fortification and a prison. Walking through its shadows gives you a real sense of the city's strength and endurance. Finally, make your way to the Holy Church of St. Paul the Apostle. When I got there, the doors were closed, but it was still absolutely worth the trip. The architecture is unique and it sits in a spot that offers yet another incredible perspective of the city. It's the perfect place to catch your breath and look back at how far you've climbed. By now you've seen the best of the city, so for a third day, it's time to head out and explore the legendary landscapes nearby. There are two places you absolutely cannot miss. First is Mount Olympus, the home of the Greek gods. It's about a 2-hour drive from Thessaloniki and offers a mix of mythic history and breathtaking nature. You can take a full-day guided bus tour that drops you at the start of the Red Trail, and it costs €50. Don't let the name Mount Olympus intimidate you. This isn't a mountain climbing expedition. It's an easy, accessible walk through the foothills that anyone can do. However, if you're an experienced hiker, you can also climb all the way to the top. Reaching it takes a lot more time and preparation, but for most visitors, the Red Trail is the perfect way to experience the home of the gods without needing any professional hiking gear. But if there is one place that will truly leave you speechless, it's Meteora. Imagine massive, prehistoric sandstone pillars reaching hundreds of feet into the air, with ancient monasteries balanced right on the very edge of the cliffs. The landscape consists of smooth vertical rock formations that rise over 400 meters into the sky. These pillars were formed roughly 60 million years ago through a series of earth movement and erosion. The name literally means suspended in the air, and once you see it, you will understand why. Back in the 14th century, monks looked for isolation and safety from political chaos, building hermitages and eventually full-scale monasteries right on top of these rocks. They built this by hand, using nothing but ropes and net ladders to stay protected. For one of those monasteries, it took them 22 years just to get the materials to the top, but they finished the actual building in only 20 days. Originally, the only way to get to the top was by using removable wooden ladders or big nets pulled up by ropes and pulleys. Modern steps were only carved into the rock in the early 20th century. For Meteora, I strongly recommend booking a guided tour. They usually cost around €50 and is worth every cent. These are active monasteries with a strict dress code. Men must wear long trousers and women are required to wear long skirts that covers the knees. Most monasteries provide wrap-around skirts at the entrance if you need one, but make sure your shoulders are covered too. Entry is about €5 per monastery and they only accept cash, so keep that in mind before you head up. I recommend visiting as many as you can. The interiors are filled with incredible detailed gold icons and artwork that you simply won't see anywhere else. Honestly, both of these locations are absolutely worth the journey. They offer two completely different, yet equally unforgettable sides of Greece. If you have 2 extra days, I highly recommend visiting both. You will not regret it. Now let's talk about food. Thessaloniki is considered the food capital of Greece, so my advice is to eat as much as you can. You will notice that locals almost always share their dishes. Instead of everyone ordering their own separate plate, it is widely accepted and even encouraged to put everything in the middle of the table, so everyone can try a bit of everything. Here are the local dishes you have to try. For breakfast, Baugatsa. This is the city's most iconic pastry. While the creamy custard version with cinnamon is the most famous, you will also find it filled with salty cheese or even minced beef. Kuluri. You will see these sesame-crusted bread rings on every street corner. They are simple, crunchy, and have been the go-to snack for locals since the Byzantine era. For sweets, you should try trigona. These are golden triangles from the Panorama district. Imagine crispy phyllo soaked in syrup and overflowing with the fresh pastry cream. They are dangerously addictive. Sotsukakia. These are spicy meatballs packed with cumin and garlic, served in a rich tomato sauce. Souvlaki and gyros. You can't go wrong with these Greek classics. Thessaloniki is actually known for having some of the biggest and best portions in Greece. Dolmadakia. Tender grape leaves, stuffed with rice and herbs. They are the perfect light appetizer to share. Moussaka, the king of Greek food. It's a baked casserole with layers of eggplant, spiced meat, and a thick, creamy bechamel sauce. Feta mimelli. If you like salty and sweet, this is for you. It's feta cheese fried and drizzled with honey. Being a port city, the seafood here is incredibly fresh. Thessaloniki is especially famous for its mussels, which are harvested right nearby in the Gulf. I've put links to all the best restaurants I found in the description, so you don't have to go searching. In my opinion, Thessaloniki is the perfect place to start exploring Greece. It gives you a real look at the culture, the amazing food, and some truly incredible nature. I hope this video saves you some research time and helps you plan your own trip to this incredible city. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more travel guides.